Welcome back. Today, I am making my March Madness bracket. Games start tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. We had Selection Sunday yesterday. I did not get to watch it, but obviously we've got the bracket right here. Um, I know nothing about college basketball, right? Obviously, I know the prospects that it should be like lottery type guys. Obviously, everybody knows the top three. Um, but I don't know much. I really don't know anything. I'm an NBA. I watch the NBA. I don't watch college really until this time to get familiar. One, because it's the greatest playoff we'll ever have in sports, is March Madness. But that's also when I get familiar with prospects and the draft upcoming because that means that the NBA season is approaching playoffs with this time. And the draft is in typically like June or July, I think. So yeah, let's do this. Um let's make a bracket here. I don't know if I can zoom in a little. Hopefully that's a little better. Um so Duke and CN, like there are colleges in here I don't even know who they are, okay? Um I'm just going to say Duke. All right. Now if you've ever made a bracket, just picking the higher seed is not going to work, right? There's going to be Cinderella stories, there's going to be upsets, there's going to be all sorts of things. So these matchups that I'm not too sure about, we're going to hit preview. Um, Now I see most people are picking Ohio State. Some of the top players here for TCU, 14. This guy Bruce Thornton is a 20-point guy. John Mobley is a 16-point guy. OSU is started is this conference play? This might be conference play. Oh no, these are just notable games. Okay, so they have not played TCU. It's on a team they play. TCU has had beat Florida, who is, I believe, another one of the one seeds. They won last year. Kansas, they lost to by 4. Arizona, they lost to by 13. BYU, they lost to by 6. Houston. So those are all good teams that they lost to. Iowa State, I'm pretty sure, is very good. They lost to Kansas again. Texas. I think I'm going to pick TCU here. Let's see. Points. So they're pretty similar actually in their offense and defense. Um, First top 25 schools, their TCU's better. They didn't play as many. They played one game less, but they're better. Their conference, they're better. Again, conference doesn't really matter. So I think pick I'm gonna pick TCU for this one. Technically is an upset. Not really. It's an 8-9 game. St. John's and Northern Iowa. I mean, St. John's, a lot of people aren't happy that they're a 5 seed because, well, they won their thing in their conference. And there are teams like Michigan and UConn, who they destroyed, that are better. St. John's, now they lost to like Kentucky. They beat UConn twice. Technically, this was on Saturday. Villanova they beat, but they didn't beat Auburn or Iowa State. So, I'm sorry, they're not playing Iowa State. They're playing Northern Iowa. I was gonna say we should look at that game, but that's not the same team. Alabama Crimson Tide. Okay. Well, this team lost to like Tulsa, who is, I believe, also in the tournament. Same with Wichita. I don't know if Illinois State is. I'm picking St. John's. Kansas, like especially if I actually haven't heard of you, like there's probably not really a chance. And I would assume again, if Darren is playing, which I think he is good to play, um, I think that's where I'm gonna go, honestly. This guy averages 23, 3, and 3. Okay. I don't know much about him. Darren obviously is, a game changer though. So I mean, I'm not gonna spend too much time because we've got a lot of things to pick between. Okay, yeah. So we'll go down there after. Louisville and South Florida. Now Louisville is 23 and 10. USF is actually 25 and 8. Ryan Conwell, Mikael Brown, obviously one of the he's the ESPN top 100. He's supposed to be a lottery pick this year. I feel like he hasn't played in a while. I don't know if he had an injury, but they've played. I mean, look at the competition they played. They beat Kentucky, they beat Indiana. They did lose to Tennessee. They lost to Duke twice, lost to Virginia, beat NC State. Oh my gosh, that score. Clemson, okay. 6 seeds have won 61% of meetings with 11 seeds. So not a super impressive number, I guess. But what is BPI rank? I need to look this up real quick so I know. What is basketball power index? Forward looking for I think it's okay, so it's how good they are as a team, I guess. They're like the strength of people. It might be the strength of schedule. Okay. They haven't played top 25 teams. Louisville has. All right, let's look. USF has lost to games like VCU, who we were looking at TCU. They beat Tulsa. They beat Wichita. I was close, but I think I'm still going to pick Louisville for this. Michigan and North Dakota. I mean, Michigan is one of those guys. Jeremy Fears I've heard that name a lot this year. I'm kind of just going to pick. Again, not a lot of upsets, but this conference, the East or the region, not conference, is pretty kind of loaded. UCF versus UCLA. So they've lost. UCLA's lost to like Arizona, Gonzaga, Michigan State. Okay. UCF is beat like Kansas. They had a close game with Arizona. They got destroyed by Iowa State, who I think again is a 2 seed. We said Vanderbilt. Houston was a blowout. Texas Tech beat BYU. I think I'm gonna pick UCF. I think I'm gonna pick the University of Central Florida. Number 7 seeds have won 61% of the time. Similar number since 2021. Okay. UCF is kind of. I mean, their offense is better, but their defense isn't quite so much. So this is one maybe I'm not as confident about, but I think I'm going to pick UCF. And then again, another school I've not even heard of. I am a kid from UConn, so I mean, yeah, like look at some of the teams, like the Richmond Spiders. I'm literally like, see what I mean? Wow. 21, 22, and 23. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I can't. They're 6 and 3 versus top 25. I don't even know why I made it seem like a thing here. Again, I'm picking Arizona. I'm not even gonna. Some of these matchups I'm just literally gonna do just because. We won't really start deep diving in some of them until the next couple rounds. Villanova and USU. This might be the most split we've kind of seen so far. Now, granted, it's an 8-9 game, so it kind of can go either way. So Villanova's lost to like BYU by a few, got destroyed by Michigan, lost to St. John's, lost to UConn twice, lost to St. John's again. Okay. And then USU. I'm really gonna be looking at some of the teams they beat here to kind of see like, okay, if they can beat those teams, kind of. And I know that's not how you look at it, but again, I don't watch college basketball, so this is kind of me just doing it for fun. The offense for USU is better. BPI rank 0-5 versus top 25 schools. I think I'm gonna pick USU. I think I'm gonna pick USU for this one. Wisconsin versus High Point. Now, I've heard a lot of things recently about Wisconsin. I think they are on a roll recently. They lost like Michigan, but they beat Michigan State, Illinois, Purdue. They did beat Michigan once as well. Close games both times. Okay. While who is it? High Point. Ooh, yeah. Let's just pick Wisconsin and move on. Arkansas, Hawaii. I mean, Arkansas, I'm just gonna hit for now, but I mean, Acuff has been ridiculous this year. Probably a top 7 pick this year in the draft, maybe top 5. Now they've had some hard matchups. It looks like, right? They lost to Duke, they've lost to Houston, they've lost at Florida and Bama, but they beat Tennessee, they beat Louisville, they beat Vanderbilt, so they might have some challenges later on. Yeah, they might have some competition later on. Top 25. They're 5-6 though. But I don't know. Arkansas might be one of those teams that I don't have progressing far, and some other teams might. I'm just BYU. I can't even preview this one, so I'm just gonna say BYU. I don't know what that's about. Oh, because it's one of the like play-in type things. Okay, is that where Miami, Ohio is, right? Because isn't Miami, Ohio one of those teams? I don't know. We'll check it out though. Gonzaga versus Kenow State. So like Graham Ike, Brandon Huff. They've beat Oklahoma. I need to pick like a real upset here. I do kind of need to. This is like super not like maybe not a great one to do. Gonzaga can clamp up though. Ooh, yeah, I don't know if this is going to be that game. I don't know if this is going to be one of those games. Oh, ooh, yeah, never mind. Let me pick Gonzaga. Miami, Missouri, though. Let's talk about it. Missouri is 20-12. Miami's 25-8. Miami's lost like Florida, BYU, Clemson, Virginia, Louisville once, Virginia again. Okay. Mizzou, Missouri. I don't know why I said has beat Florida, has beat Kentucky. Okay, beat Tennessee. They lost close game to Arkansas. Twice kind of close games there. I'm gonna pick Mizzou. I think I'm gonna pick Missouri, bro. I don't know why I keep saying Mizzou. I'm gonna pick Missouri. Right, let's see. So although the defense and offense, they're relatively similar. I'm gonna pick Missouri. And those aren't what I mean by upsets. Also, I believe this is the first time this school is even eligible to be in the tournament. And I think they obviously made it. So shout out to them. But Purdue, yeah, this guy I believe has been like going crazy. I think he leads the country in assists. I don't think I think they've lost a lot of matchups versus top schools, if I remember correctly. Oh no, I guess it's not that bad, but like, yeah, this team's they don't even have yeah. Let's get past that. All right. Let's keep doing the first round here. So again, I'm just Florida. I'm gonna do it. Clemson and Iowa. Okay, 24-10 versus 21-12. They actually have Iowa most likely upsetting Clemson. Okay. I always do 2K videos and I never know where this name is from. Now I know he goes to Iowa. Clemson has kind of been beat by a bunch of these like teams with good prospects or good teams. Duke couldn't get really a break against. They lost to BYU in a close one. Iowa's lost to Michigan. So they've lost to that's Iowa State. I think I'm gonna probably, let's see what the offense is looking like. Wow. So two teams that can play relatively good defense. Iowa was not great against top 25 schools. I mean, Clemson wasn't either. Conference, ugh. This might be a game I'm wrong at. I don't know. Iowa is favored. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna pick Iowa. Okay. Vanderbilt and McNeese. 28-5. Oh my god. McNeese was one of those schools that I believe was on a run last year. I keep seeing the videos with them and the team manager there. I don't remember what his name is, but okay, so Vanderbilt, okay. Beat Kentucky, destroyed Kentucky, okay. Lost to Florida. Bunch of games versus Tennessee. They were 2-1, it looks like. They beat Florida twice. Or no, they beat Florida once, sorry. And that was they kind of blew them out and had a close game with them. So, okay. McNeese can defend though, but it looks like Vanderbilt could score. Conference, they were good. Ooh, is it a mistake? I don't know. Let me see. What are some of the McNeese wins? Got destroyed by Michigan. I don't know if this is their year. Let's pick Vanderbilt. Nebraska versus the Trojans. Okay. These guys related to someone who went to Iowa last year? Was it Peyton Sanford? Maybe not. Maybe just a similar last name. What was this? This is Nebraska wins and losses. Notable games. Lost to Purdue, lost to Illinois, lost to Michigan, beat Indiana. Troy beat like San Diego and looks like a thriller of the game, but lost to USC, who I don't believe USC made it. Arkansas, they beat Akron. Ooh, I might pick. Ooh, the scoring, the defense, all points towards Nebraska. Or well, the defensively points towards Nebraska. I think we're gonna have an upset. I think I'm gonna pick Troy just because. VCU versus UNC. Now, is Caleb Wilson playing? I don't know. I have no clue if Caleb Wilson is playing. Let's see. Oh, he broke his thumb. Yeah, I do remember that, actually. I do remember that. That's a 29 guy right there, gone. So it's kind of hard to say. You know, they've had some, it looks like some, not good games, actually. Duke, they got destroyed. Michigan, they got destroyed. VCU, oh, God. Lost to, like, Vanderbilt. There's no reason for me to pick VCU. Except for this stuff. Except for the UNC's getting upset. Sorry, UNC. Illinois versus Penn. Pennsylvania Quakers, and then the Illinois Fighting Illini. I thought, oh, okay. Keen Wagler, yeah. Andre Stojakovic, okay. Ooh, they lost to UConn. They lost to Michigan, but they beat teams like Indiana. They beat Nebraska. They beat Purdue, Tennessee, and Texas Tech. While Penn, ooh, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Not even really a discussion. Let me pick Illinois. St. Mary's versus Texas A&M. So let's see. St. Mary's is Not won some great. Ooh, hasn't really done too much in that. Okay, for a notable Texas A&M beat like Auburn, but they've lost to Tennessee, Florida, Alabama, Vanderbilt, Arkansas. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Texas A&M can score that ball, but they can't defend. Which makes me want to say I was gonna pick Texas A&M, but this stuff right here, like the conference, like this is not. They're putting up 88 points a game, but they're giving up 80, while St. Mary's is putting up 78, but only letting up 64. This is one of the tougher ones. But I think I'm gonna pick St. Mary's. I was leaning Texas, but I'm gonna Idaho, Houston, Kingston Fleming's obviously another guy who'll be in the lottery this year. It's been kind of going crazy. Lost to a lot of good teams. Beat Kansas, um, Idaho, Montana. Oof. Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't Houston defend? Yeah, picking Houston. Then our last region of the first round. We've been going for 22 minutes already, but it's all right. So I'm just gonna pick Michigan. Georgia, St. Louis. I would, from what I would imagine, I feel like St. Louis doesn't have a very tough schedule compared to what Georgia would, but we'll see. Yeah, not a. I mean, they've had some good wins, but oh my, this looks like it's going to be a high scoring game. Oh, so their BPI rank isn't too bad conference, but they haven't played any top 25 games. I'm still gonna pick Georgia though. Texas Tech versus Akron. Um, JT Toppin, I believe, is also out. Um, I believe he tore his ACL, right? Yeah, season-ending knee injury. So that's gonna affect it. Um, Christian Anderson, I've heard a lot about too. So that's another one like UNC that like it might be kind of hard to gauge. Um, Conference Akron is great, really good though. It looks like, but like they've lost to Yale, they lost to Murray State, they lost to Miami, Ohio, um, Troy, who we saw earlier. Um, I'm gonna pick Texas Tech. I think. Alabama versus I don't even know who that is. Hofstra. Alabama's beat like Gonzaga, Arizona, Kentucky, Florida. Okay. Beat UCF. Beat or no, didn't. I'm sorry. They beat like Pittsburgh, Syracuse. Uh, oh my gosh, the defense though for Hofstra, but the offense for Alabama. Oh my god, that's a game. I need to watch this game. When is this? This is not till like Friday. Okay. Tennessee versus this is the Miami, Ohio, or SMU. I'm gonna pick Tennessee. I know Nate Immense there. He's one of the guys I kind of like in this year's thing, this year's class. Yeah, okay. Malik Thomas. So who Virginia? Virginia, did they lost to Duke in their conference, right? Versus Wright State. Cal, okay. A lot of teams I haven't heard of. Miami, Ohio, they lost to. So I'm gonna lean. I'm gonna lean. Do we have an upset? I don't doubt it. I'm gonna pick Virginia here. But I feel like I did not pick a good amount of upsets, dude. I just feel like I didn't. I feel like there's so many top seeds that are just like. Well, I was debating between this Gonzaga and Keno State one, right? But the defense, I think, is what led me away from it. So I'm gonna. I'm gonna leave it. I think. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna change it just to have something changed. Kentucky, Santa Clara. I mean, Kentucky obviously is like one of those schools that probably is going to have one of the highest BPIs. Lost to Louisville, Gonzaga. I will say though, I don't know how far Kentucky's making it. CU, McNeese. They lost to Gonzaga. Lost to Gonzaga every game. Yeah, I don't know. Santa Clara. I mean, actually, the BPI is not as high as I thought. Okay. I'm gonna still pick Kentucky, and then last game of the first round, we've got Iowa State versus Tennessee State. So Iowa State's be like St. John's, Kansas, Houston, and Purdue, but they've lost also to BYU, Arizona twice, Texas Tech. Okay. Belmont. Ooh. Ooh. All right, excuse me, I'm back. I'm gonna just pick Iowa State. I'm gonna pick Iowa State. All right. So we've got the first round done. Let's we can actually just stay here. So Kentucky versus Iowa State. I'm probably gonna pick Iowa here. I think it looks like Iowa's defense is just they've been better against top 25 teams. Granted, they haven't played nearly as much. I think I'm gonna pick Iowa State here. Virginia versus Tennessee. Nademan. I mean, I would assume Nademan's playing. I don't know why he won. We haven't looked at Tennessee stuff because they were one of the teams playing like the play-in teams. So they beat like Houston, Louisville, lost to Florida, beat Alabama, Vanderbilt, but also lost to Alabama and Vanderbilt a good amount of times. So I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Tennessee for an upset. I'm gonna say Tennessee. Alabama versus Texas Tech. I think I go Alabama. Because again, no JT Toppin. I don't know. Again, I don't know a ton about Christian Anderson. I don't know if he's able to get that much. So I'm gonna say Alabama. Alabama might make it relatively far. At least just because again, I'm going off a lot of numbers, not a lot of eye tests, and I again, don't know a lot. So maybe having Alabama go far is not great, but this guy's also supposed to be like a top, I think top 20-ish pick, maybe. I don't know if he's necessarily a lottery pick. They beat the hell out of Gonzaga. Oh my god. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, but they're scoring and defending. They're scoring and defending, and I don't. I've got to pick Michigan. I've got to do it. Let's stay down here in the South region. Florida, Iowa. I mean, it's gonna be hard to stop pick Florida immediately. Arizona, but they have lost it to these teams, right? So they're not untouchable. Iowa can defend though, but Florida is Florida. Florida is Florida. So I'm gonna pick Florida. Vanderbilt versus Troy. Tyler Tanner. Wow, okay. So Vanderbilt, they've gotten some good wins. They have gotten some good wins here. And then we've got Troy here. So I think we picked Vanderbilt, honestly. VCU versus Illinois. I'm just gonna pick Illinois again. I think Illinois is gonna go relatively far. And this Houston versus St. Mary's. I feel like I'm not picking the amount of upsets that I should be picking, but it's hard to, man. It is hard to. And I mean, we're gonna see when I lose some of these things that it's gonna be hard, man. Duke and TCU. I mean, Duke, bro. It's Duke, dude. Cam Boozer, bro, is just different, dude. He's so good. He's so good, dude. Like 80. I can't not pick Duke, dude. Now St. John's versus Kansas. This should be a good game, right? I mean, I'm not saying other ones won't be a good game. They have St. John's favored though over Kansas. Again, you just question how far Kansas can make it with Darren. Again, St. John's. I mean, Rick Pitino can coach his ass off, bro. Like it's Rick Pitino. But I'm gonna. It's pointing towards St. John's, but for some reason, I'm gonna pick Kansas. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna pick them. Again, I'm not please understand. I do not know anything about college basketball except for a couple certain players. Louisville versus Michigan State. I don't. Let me see, because I never looked at this. Hold on. Can Mikel Brown play in March Madness? It's day to day due to back injury. Ugh. Back injury is rough. Back injury is rough. So I'm going to not pick them, I don't think. But you know what? No. I'm going to say by then, Mikel Brown is good to go. I'm picking them to advance in the round of 32. And then UCF versus UConn. It's going to be hard for me not to pick UConn in these things. I feel like UConn can defend, pretty well. I feel like their offense has been a little bit of a struggle, but I'm still going to pick UConn for now. Arizona versus Utah State. I mean, Braden Burry's co-op. Arizona, I think, is number 2 overall, right? Like they were I think they're number 2 overall. They can defend. They can score. It's going to be hard for me to not pick Arizona. Wisconsin and Arkansas. Acuff, bro. Like it's oh my god, it's so gonna be so hard. But I think I'm gonna believe in Wisconsin just a little bit more here. Pick Wisconsin. I feel like they could have what it takes. Again, Acuff has been so good, dude. The way Acuff is playing, like he could legitimately be like the fourth pick in this year's draft. It's crazy. BYU Gonzaga. I'm gonna say Graham Mike. I mean AJ, bro. AJ is so good too. But Gonzaga can defend. I feel like this is a game AJ is gonna have to go off. I'm gonna pick him. And then Missouri and Purdue. Hey. I mean, that guy's basically averaging a double-double in college with assists. Dude, there is no reason for me to not pick Purdue. But I'm not. Missouri's going to be my team that's going to have a run here. And honestly, and I don't know why. I know nothing about Missouri. I know nothing about them. A lot of people aren't picking them to even get here. But for some reason, I'm going to believe in Missouri again. They're going to advance to the Elite Eight. Arizona versus Wisconsin. And Arizona is just so. Arizona might be my winner for the whole thing. They might be, but I feel like this is gonna be I feel like this will be a good game, too. Though, like I feel like Wisconsin could do it. If Wisconsin was in a different part, like if they were going against like UConn, or if they were going against like Tennessee or Iowa or Houston, like I would probably pick Wisconsin. Man, I won't. They're so good versus top teams that like it's gonna be hard for me to not pick them. Duke, Kansas. I'm gonna pick Duke. I mean, we can talk about it, but I think Duke is gonna basically be no less than an Elite Eight team. Again, who knows with how Darren Peterson's going? If Darren Peterson plays his entire tournament, no minute stuff, no cramping, none of that. Maybe we need to have a different conversation about Kansas, but I think Duke. I take here, and then Louisville, UConn. I feel like Louisville's offense is probably going to give issues to UConn. Conference, we've been good. Top 25, we've been good too. They haven't. I think Mikal Brown might be one of those guys that like he has one of those tournament like years, man, and it opens people's eyes. So I'm gonna go against the UConn. I'm gonna go against it, and I'm gonna pick Louisville. Florida versus Vanderbilt again. Florida's been again. They won last year. I don't think they lost. Like obviously they lost Walter Clayton to the draft last year. I don't think they lost really too much else to the draft. If I can remember correctly. So I'm gonna say Florida, Illinois versus Houston, Keen Wagler, Kingston Flemings, two guys that will be lottery picks most likely. Houston, I believe, was one of the best BPIs. Yeah, but so is Illinois. They were the same versus top 25 schools. I mean, they just can defend 62 points per game, bro. I think that's the lowest we've seen. Conference, they were basically, but the offense of Illinois, I think, might be able to overpower. Again, not knowing anything, I'm going to pick Illinois. I'm going to pick Illinois to beat Houston. Michigan versus Bama. Michigan versus Bama. probably gonna pick Bama, bro. I think I'm gonna pick Bama. They're letting up so many points compared to what Michigan is, to where like you look at this and it's like, ugh. And the top 25, like Michigan's been so good. They've been so good. Like all of my 1 seeds are still here, bro. That's not gonna happen. I think that actually did happen last year, to where all the 1 seeds were in like the Elite Eight or Sweet 16. But like, oh, I hate it. I hate it. Let me do Tennessee and Iowa State real quick. So again, State. Again, not knowing anything about college basketball. No, I know nothing. I know players, and that's really it. Like I know Nate Ahmed, I know nobody else's name on here. But Iowa State, a lot of people pick towards Iowa State. They can defend. Tennessee, to me, from what I've heard over the college season, is a relatively streaky-ish team, I think. Like there are moments where like Nate Ahmed himself looks great. There's times I think he started off the year relatively slow. So I'm gonna pick Iowa State, and then this, like I want to pick Bama, bro, but those numbers, dude, if they can't defend, if you cannot defend, you can score all you want. If you cannot defend the basketball, 83 points is ridiculous. If that was like 75, 76, I could maybe do it, but 80, almost 84 points a night compared to their 69, how they've looked versus top 25 schools, their conference, their BPI rank. Because what's crazy is I think whichever team I pick here, I would pick over Iowa State too, which means they would go to the Final Four. It means they would go to the Final Four. And again, I don't. Who is Alabama lost to? Like Michigan State's lost to Duke. They lost to Purdue. Okay. There's one more loss that they're not showing me, but like they've lost to Gonzaga. Arizona's another team that they can defend the basketball, and they struggled to put up points. Tennessee, I think, can defend decently okay. Florida is a good. So seeing what the wins are, I'm gonna pick Michigan State, or not Michigan State, Michigan. But like 1-2, 1-3, 1-6, 1-10. I mean, all right, Michigan versus Iowa State. If we look at this again, Iowa State can defend, but Michigan has looked great against some of these teams, man. Again, top 25, it's just unbeatable. Their conference, they've been unbeatable. So I'm gonna pick Michigan to knock them out. Talk to me. Talk to me. Florida is great. I'm picking Illinois. I'm picking Illinois. Again, top 25 isn't too different here. Florida played 10, Illinois played 11. They lost. They were 1 game under. They were technically 2 games. The BPI rank, they played pretty, like their strength is great. The conference, sure, they're in different conferences, so whatever. Florida again has lost to Arizona, Duke, UConn, teams that, from what we saw, can defend the ball pretty okay. Illinois seems like they can defend, but now teams that can score, right? UConn, not great at scoring, so it seems like maybe offense might be, again, just by looking at box scores only. That's all we're doing right here. I'm picking Illinois to beat Florida, to knock out Florida, which means we got Duke and Louisville. We've got Duke and Louisville, right? Mikael Brown is one of those guys that I think could have a crazy tournament. He could have a crazy tournament, and then boom, he's a 5th or 6th pick. He might already be around that range, but like it's solidified. Duke is Duke, though. Duke can score basically on pace with Louisville, but they defend almost 10 points better. They top 25, it's almost unbeatable. I'm gonna put myself over here now since we're in the middle. I think this might be where their time runs out, and I'm gonna pick Duke. Like, I'm gonna have. Am I really about to have 3 number 1 seeds and a number 3 seed in the final 4, dude? Oh, I hate it so much because I mean Missouri is good, but it's Arizona, bro. It's Arizona. They can score and defend the ball. They've been great versus top 25 schools. I have to pick Arizona. I have to pick Arizona. Missouri, this is where your time runs out. You made it to the Elite Eight. You are my pick to be the Cinderella type run. I'm picking Arizona, which means our final 4 is Arizona versus Michigan and then Duke versus Illinois. Like I'm gonna have 2 number 1 seeds going against each other. I did this so wrong. I've done this so wrong. There's no. Are we gonna have 2 number 1 seeds? UConn and Purdue were 2 number 1 seeds, aren't they? Florida. Who did Florida play last year? I don't remember, but like Boozer might go into the draft as a national champion, and maybe he's he's going to help his draft stock too. I mean, he again at the start of this college season, I think he was around the 3rd pick. I mean, he's not going to be lower than 3, but like he might be able to beat out like some of those guys. Maybe go 2, maybe go 1, depending on how this tournament looks for him too. It's Duke. I'm sorry, Illinois. I tried. I'm picking Duke. Arizona, Michigan, 2 teams that are going to score the ball and defend the ball. This might be one of the better things. BPI rank, bro. BPI rank. Like if we look at this, the decision tree, Michigan is favored in this only by 6%. Similar games, power ratings is a little favored towards Arizona. Seed difference is like they're both 1 seeds, obviously. Brandenburgs and Koa P versus Landborg and Johnson. Oh my god. These teams play each other. It doesn't look like they have. Arizona versus Michigan. They 31-2 and 32-3, or 32-2, 31-3. So crazy. Arizona was undefeated for a while, weren't they? Okay, let me look at some of these ones. So Michigan, so Gonzaga had a very good defense. Purdue, I don't remember what their defense was. Duke has a good defense. Okay, Illinois could defend, and they did their thing. Okay, in Arizona. Oh, but they look at the Arizona, bro. Houston can defend too, though, and they struggled a little bit with. I think I'm gonna pick Arizona. Duke and 2-1 seed. Like I did this wrong, bro. Duke and Arizona. Oh my god. Just the 1 and 2, literally the 2 top ranked schools in the country. I just picked to be in the final. I mean, BPI rank it's 1 and 3. Conference, they're fine. They're great. Top 25, they're the exact same. Duke can defend a little better, but Arizona can score better. And I believe I heard that Duke is dealing with injuries, which is what's going to make me pick Arizona. How many points will be scored? Oh my god. So what? This game is going to be like 85 to 76, which is what? 161. That's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot of points. Okay, sure. Whatever. Do all this. Here it is. 63 out of 63 made. My final four included 3 1 seeds. They included 3 1 seeds. I'm picking Arizona to win, I guess. Don't know anything about college basketball. Let me know how I did. Let me know if if you guys go to any of these schools and I insulted you, I'm sorry, but man, that's so tough. That is so tough, bro. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know how I did. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Come back for more.